Hello everyone and welcome to PearDeck. PearDeck is a great tool to use. It's from Google and it will get you 100% student engagement. My name is JC Link and I will be joined later by Garth Holman, and today we're just going to take a few minutes and go over how to create your own PearDecks. So first tutorial I'm going to go over is showing you the basics of PearDeck. How to set it up. Only thing you need is a Google account and register that way. I'll go over the home page, which we can see right here. You basically have two options whenever you see the home page. I'm going to show you how to build the deck using Google Slides. Garth will then go over and show you how to make flashcards through PearDeck vocabulary. So I'm going to show you how to build the slideshow or the PearDeck that you just went through taking on the self-paced mode. Okay, and then I'll show you some other cool features of the premium, which you will get free for 30 days, and hopefully you can convince your school district to purchase this because it is a very, very useful tool. Okay, so first off, getting set up with PearDeck. If you do not have an account, you could just sign up for free. That is at PearDeck.com. So whenever you are signing up for free, this is what I already have an account, so you'll have to fill out your school district and I think the area code, and then you select what school you're using or school you're from, and then we'll get you to this point, and then you'll just have to allow it to use your Google account because it does sync with your Google Drive. So whenever you are here, okay, there's two ways you can start. We're going to focus on just building Google Slides. There's two ways you can begin. First, we can create a presentation through the PearDeck, or second way I'll show you is to okay, so this takes you straight to Google Slides, and these are your options that you have. You can begin building through this. Okay, if you have not used this product yet, you're going to have to create an add-on, which I will show you momentarily. But then basically we can build the interactive slides that you just used, and then I'm going to show you how to present them and the different things you can do with that. So this is the first way that you can begin building your first PearDeck. Or the second way is to simply create a new Google Slides. Okay. Whenever you get a blank Google Slides, you'll have to activate the add-on, which will be right here. Again, you will have to grant permission if you have not yet used this before. So your add-ons here, and then PearDeck will come up. PearDeck does a great job. They have tutorials that are easy to follow, and it's pretty much step-by-step allowing this add-on to be placed onto your Google Slides. So when you open the PearDeck add-on, you can see originally the themes over here, then it changes to the PearDeck options that we have. Okay, now I'm just going to go through step by step. I'm going to show you each slide and how I made it. So this first one, we'll just call it how to make a PearDeck. Okay, so second, I'll just add a new slide, and the first one that you saw, this was the intro page, and second slide was a student option. This was a multiple choice. Okay, so over here on your PearDeck, you have some different options. Okay, for the beginning of a lesson, they have already built slides that you can just select. They have a text slide, a drawing slide, another text slide, or a draggable slide. Okay, so you can choose from any of these. Let's say if you're starting a review or even an introduction, you know, what did you learn from the homework last night? You select that, and this one I think is a text option. It will build it for you. So from the student view, and that's what I always want you to keep in mind as you're building this, how are the students going to see this? Okay, so this is an option that students would have. This is what it looks like on your screen. Student screen is a little bit different. Okay, so for the first slide. Okay, this was an automatic one used from there as we're going through this. And so that was an intro slide. Okay, during the lesson we have these options that are already done. So there's the slide that I chose, the first one, statement true or false. You can manipulate these, delete them. There you go. What did you learn from the work? Okay, so let me just get rid of that slide. This is all I did was select it, and that is the first one that you saw. Okay. Now, second one, what grades are you teaching? This is a multiple choice option. Okay, so move this up, and on this I will just do multiple choice. Okay, to add a multiple choice question here, this is the tab that I use. You select multiple choice. You can type in your question at the top here. You can select true or false. Type in your options there. Option A, option B, option C. Okay, you can add more to it if you would like. I'll update the slide. Take a second, and there you go. So through the student option or student view, they will be able to see an option. Okay, so that takes care of the multiple choice. This next one is read the PearDeck homepage, adding a website. Okay, so on this, ask a student question. All I did was select this. A new slide will come up. And you type in PearDeck.com. That will take this directly to there. You'll get a preview. Preview of the website that you chose, and then they can just simply click on that and go there. Okay, there it is. So the next slide that you took, this is a text slide. So this is good for answering or having like short answer or extended response questions. So on a new one, this will be text response. Simply select there. You will see the preview, and then adding a question, we can relate. We could say, how are you doing? Okay, and then through the student view, they will be able to respond to you using text response. Okay, the next option that we have here was a draggable. Okay, they can drag the icon wherever they want it. So this is good. I use maps a lot in my class. You can put images in there, different spots of the world they have to drag it to, or a state, whatever you may be studying. So you simply select a draggable slide here, and go to next. You have some options here. They can drag dots, a flag, any of these. Okay, whatever you decide. They can drag the plus sign. If you're doing equations, you can have them drag numbers and put things in order. Okay, you can also change the slide. So I selected the flag here. I can make the flag really small or a little bit larger. Okay, so that will be the draggable. Okay, and on the next slide that we have, a drawing. This is pretty cool. Students really like drawing different things on here, and I'm always impressed on the trackpads that they have. They can produce some very, very good drawings. Okay, so in order to select that, here's the draw option right there. Okay, so you can put a sentence in. If you're editing for ELA, you can have them, pretty much draw anything that you could imagine. This is similar, they use this feature on the vocabulary that Garth is going to go over with you for a little bit. So from the student, you can just instruct them, okay, draw how you're feeling, or draw the emotion of this chapter, and to see what they come up with. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. This is entering a number, okay, on a number slide. So we'll do, and simply click here, select the number, whatever question you ask them. This will, whenever you are projecting the answers, if you have a silly response, it really, you know, if you're asking for a number from 1 to 10 and a kid puts in 10,000, that I guess the number line will be very skewed. You can see the option here, kind of like a box and whisker type deal, but if you have an outlier, it will kind of throw everything off. So that is how you would enter a number, okay? And the last one, you know, you could wrap up. This is another PearDeck made slide that you can insert, and that I believe is found on the end of the lesson. You can do these as like exit slips. You know, we can put another one in there, how they're feeling after, if they're happy about the lesson, if they're confused about the lesson. So now when we are finished, okay, you simply present with PearDeck. Okay, this will load automatically for you. The code will come up that you can tell your class to input, and then I'm just going to show you how to change it from either student-paced or teacher-led. Okay, in our final video that Garth and I will make, you know, we'll tell you a little bit about the differences there. But you can see the code. Students, you can, if you got 22 students in the class, this keeps track of them, so you know exactly who all is in and who is not. Okay, so here's what we just made. Okay, so again, your view is going to be different from the student view. This is what will be projected. It's called the projected view. So one thing here, turning on student paced. You will have to do this for your final part to allow Garth and I access, but you simply turn on student paced, and if you're doing a flip lesson, or you know, you're doing some other things in the classroom, students are working on different parts, or working if a kid was absent, you can give them student paced, and then they can go through it at their own leisure. It's not led by you. Okay, so that is how you do that. So I'm going to turn this off for a second, and then whenever you are finished, like finish presenting your PearDeck, you'll simply end this session and you give it a name. So how to make it period 1. All right, and every single time you make a presentation, you can save it and end the session. You publishing the student takeaways. This is going to be important. This is one of the very advanced features, but basically you get a link, you send it to your students, they click on it, and they get all of their answers. They get your slideshow with their answers side by side, and they can edit it as well. It comes through a Google Doc. So that's a really, really cool feature that we use quite a bit. So other than that, I think you will have a basic understanding of how to build these PearDecks, and again, some of the features. One other thing, as you're going through, you can always add to this. You can add a new question. Okay, so if something comes up, you say, hey, oh, okay, that's a good point. What does the rest of the class feel like this? And if you got 25 students in a class, one of them will raise their hand most of the time. So you can say, okay, do we agree on this or we disagree? All you do is click on it. This will pop up. You can add it whenever you would like. So from the student view, they would have a dot. Okay, do you agree with what statement was just made? All right. So this option on the side here, just shows you, how many you have left. This is an older feature. Again, PearDeck has been updated, so you use it pretty much just through Google Slides now. So there's our presentation of how you have to build everything. Again, this is basically where you're going to be using these to build your slideshows from scratch, unless you want to use, the pre-made ones from PearDeck, which nothing wrong with, but I like to personalize mine, adding my own pictures and all that. So there is how you build your first PearDeck. I think you're going to find this very, very useful in your classroom, and for your final we want you to make one that you'll actually use in there, so you're just not making it to make it. You can use it, you can add different things from one class to the next. It will be a great tool for you to add to your arsenal for your classroom. Okay, so next Garth is going to be talking to you about how to make a PearDeck, let's see, the vocabulary. Okay, so he's going to show you how to make a vocabulary list. This is also pretty cool. Kids get to define their own words. They get to draw a picture of it, which again, you'll be amazed at what they can come up with using their Chromebooks or whatever device they have, just drawing on the trackpad. So hope you enjoy his presentation. I'm sure you will, but thank you, and if you have any questions, refer back to this presentation. And also PearDeck has a lot of useful tutorials, a lot shorter than these, showing step by step. So good luck with the class. I think you'll find it enjoyable. If you have any questions, shoot us an email, Twitter, however you need to contact us. We will be more than happy to help you through this. Thank you very much, and have a great day, a great week, and a better summer.